Please stand for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Tornadoes. This is CTN, a Clearwater digital media production. Today is Tuesday, November 27th. My name is Ian Gibson, and today we have your latest school, local, and national news. So stay tuned because CTN starts now. In your headline news, Pinellas County has had the highest number of manatees killed by red tide in the state. Manatee Rescue Coordinator Andy Garrett stated, "We had a really bad stretch there, but again, hopefully it will be subsiding a little bit. You never really know with red tide. Sometimes it really depends on the conditions and the winds." October was the deadliest month for manatees killed by red tide. The Florida Wildlife Conservation pulled 14 carcasses from water like Boca Ciega Bay. Luckily, November has only seen 2 deaths so far. However, it's not just manatees and fish that are susceptible to red tide. Garrett said red tide is suspected of killing more than a dozen bottlenose dolphins over the past few days in Sarasota and Collier counties. According to Florida Wildlife Conservation, red tide has killed more than 206 manatees statewide, which pushes the total manatee mortality rate to 752. The largest number of manatee deaths in record history was in 2013 with 830 manatee deaths. It is another bad year for manatees. This is definitely one of the highest mortality years, unfortunately, Garrett said. Manatees are also migrating to warmer waters now, and boaters need to watch out. More than 100 manatees have been killed this year from watercraft strikes. In other news, a NASA spacecraft has landed on the Mars to explore the planet's interior yesterday. Flight controllers announced that the spacecraft, known as InSight, touched down Monday after a perilous supersonic descent through the red Martian skies. Confirmation came via radio signals that took more than 8 minutes to cross the nearly 100 million miles between Mars and Earth. It is NASA's 8th successful Mars landing since 1976. The 3-legged, one-armed InSight will operate there for the same spot for the next 2 years. It landed less than 400 miles from NASA's Curiosity rover, which until Monday was the youngest working robot. After touching down, the craft sent back photos and revealed a mostly smooth and sandy terrain around the spacecraft, which only had one sizable visible rock. More and better photos are expected in the coming days from the spacecraft. Now to Dorian with your school news.
I'm Dorian Speaker with your school news. You can vote on a homecoming poll for yearbook here. This link will also be in the clear light. The Clearwater High Woodshop is proud to offer another round of cutting boards for sale this year. We have a nice selection of cutting boards and serving boards already made that you can pursue in PA3. We'll also have some small jewelry boxes in the coming weeks. Many teachers have suggested that we make clipboards, and so we have prepared to do so, and we'll have a batch of those rolling out soon. If you have any other suggestions for a gift for this holiday season, let us know and we'll see what we can do for you. Greece's World wristbands go on sale today during both lunches by the double doors in the auditorium. The English National Honor Society will be holding inductions after school from 2 to 2:30 tomorrow, November 28th in Miss Katz's room, F8. For anyone not currently participating in a sport who is interested in track and field conditioning, please meet in Coach Deaton's room C5 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays after school. If your athletic paperwork is completed, you can participate right away. Mu Alpha Theta will help tutor students in math today after school in E3. Clearwater basketball opens up the season with a 92-56 win over Dunedin High. Max Jones, a junior this year, was named Stat King of the game. with 31 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, and 2 blocks. Senior Dawson Maxwell had 16 points, 4 assists. Gilbert Mendez had 14 points and 8 rebounds, and Norby Peeler had 8 points. Clearwater will be back at home this Wednesday versus Palm Harbor. JV game starts at 6:15 and varsity starts at 7:40.
So every year in October, the Achieva Credit Union puts on a boxcar race, which a boxcar is exactly what you see here. Basically a homemade car with no engine. All it has is steering and a brake. And every year we design a car from scratch, and we also race a couple cars that are built from a kit. The kits are super fast, they're all the same, there's not much difference between the kit cars. They all look the same and drive the same. But the real fun is in the homemade cars, which we make right here from scratch. And it's just a really fun project for students that are involved in the materials and processes class.
My name is Morgan Wilson. I've been in woodshop for like 3 years. And I worked on this. I helped work on the boxcar. And see our rewards. We got #1 in everything. Fastest car right here. Best looking and best team theme. It was fun. It was fun. These guys, they're annoying, but they're funny. I recommend you joining our club next year.
If any students or teachers would like to have an announcement made in our show, please email Mr. Gordon at gordonw@pcsb.org. If you're a student, please have your club sponsor or coach send the email. Like us on Facebook at Clearwater Digital Media Productions for a look back at some of this year's broadcasts. And check out the CMP Clearlight, running all day for new announcements. Thank you for watching CTN. Have a great tornado day.